let's not overcomplicate this, okay? Keep life simple. And what I mean by this is slow down. Slow down. A lot of people these days are living in the fast lane. They're building these things, they're creating these things, and then quitting right away. Giving up right away. Some people are creating pages, making posts that are actually encouraging, inspirational, and then they quit. Because right away, in the instant, in the moment, they're not getting the likes they want, they're not getting the views they want, they're not getting the acknowledgement that they desire. Slow down. It's not gonna happen in a day. And if it does, how long would that day really last? But 24 hours, right? And people that go viral, a lot of them fall off the face of the earth. Sometimes, either that or they have worked a long time beforehand and understand that this is an opportunity to continue to grow. Like, there are a lot of people that went viral that have been working on videos, that have been working on content for years before they even blew up. And they've been bothered to take a chance. It took months, maybe it took a year, maybe it took half a year, maybe it took a few days. But if they never chose to expand on what they gained, the opportunity that they gained, they just fall off the face of the earth. What's the point of going viral? What's the point of stressing yourself out to fit somebody else's narrative of who you should be, to fit the world's narrative of who you should be, when deep down you have something much more valuable? And this is one thing that ticks me off sometimes, and it ties into this, that I hate when people hide who they really are to be accepted by everybody else. And I'm not talking about all the weird stuff that's going around in the world. I'm talking about your character. Like, you can be really smart, but you act dumb around dumb people for no reason. You can have a really big dream, but you dim it down so you can match people without ideas or goals. This is what we do. We drop ourselves lower than we are in order to fit somebody else's narrative, to fit in somebody else's group, when honestly there's a group much bigger and higher for you somewhere that'll elevate you, that'll push you, that'll expand you. But if we're living life in the fast lane, believing that if we stay down here where everybody expects us to be, and we still try to do what we're doing, it's not gonna happen. But we believe it'll happen, and we think that's enough. So we put in the minimum amount of work so nobody notices. We try sometimes just to make it look like we actually care. And then when it doesn't happen the way we want it to happen, we give up. And the reason we give up is because we don't have that support or backing that we need. A, from ourselves, and B, from the people behind us. And when you live life worrying about what people are going to say, worrying about what people are going to think, you end up losing a bit of yourself each time. Because when you worry is the number one thing that'll hold you back. Because you're putting your confidence in an unpredictable predicament, unpredictable opinion that you don't know whether or not it'll exist or even pop up on your feed. So you either give up or you succumb to it right away before you even begin. So, slow down. I'll tell you this right away, not everybody's gonna care right away. Not everybody's gonna pay attention right away. Not everybody's gonna watch right away. Not everybody's gonna buy right away. Life is a slow boiling process. Nobody grows in just a day. Even if they're a genius, that doesn't happen. No one's gonna blow up and be this millionaire in just a day. It takes time to accumulate money. It takes time to accumulate character. It takes time to accumulate faith and trust and belief. Nothing happens in a day. But it's what you do in those days that helps cultivate and nurture the seeds that are birthed within us. So if I had anything to say, I would say slow down thinking too far ahead. If you have a dream, just start chasing it. Start working towards your ultimate goal, your ultimate future goal. Don't expect too much right away. Some of us set too high of expectations. Don't expect too much right away. But just put your effort into it. Put your all into it. Put your time into it. Put your energy into it. Because those things, as you continue to do them consistently, they will begin to grow within you. They'll begin to become a habit, become an action, become a characteristic of you. So that even as you're chasing your dream, if you need a job, which you will, you'll need a job. But as you move, you begin to develop that character and that skill set to the point where you become an asset to other people in your season of waiting. In your season of waiting, you can become an asset while pursuing what it is that you have laid on your heart to pursue. But if we live in the fast lane, we're not paying attention to our progress spiritually or character-wise or maturity-wise. We're always looking at the exterior, who's paying attention, who's watching, who's buying, who's doing this and the third. But what's more important? Who you are and what you have. Sure, people might judge you based off what you have, but if they never met you, who are they to talk? Who are they to judge? Who are we to judge if we've never met you? I would rather meet you than know your possession. Because what you have is temporary. Because one day you'll die just like I'll die. So slow down. You don't need to be a millionaire at 16. But you can be if you try. If you work towards it. But just know it'll take time. Still, it'll take time. Like, you can create the world's greatest invention and it'll still take time for somebody to accept it and take a chance on you. That's the thing. Sometimes we just don't have faith in ourselves to wait. We don't have enough faith to wait. We don't have enough faith to continue on in the process, even as it's slowly but surely growing and developing and nurturing and maturing us individually inside. What are we afraid of? What's holding us back from being willing to be patient? To simply slow down, stop worrying and making things more complex than they have to be by overthinking. Overthinking is a product of worry, of anxiety. And why can't we take a deep breath and evaluate things first? This is why I document everything I'm doing, everything I plan on doing, everything I want to do, and I just pay attention to it. That way I'm not thinking about it, it's already written somewhere. I'm not worried about whether or not it'll sell out, because I'm the owner of a publishing company, and we sell books. But I just keep track. I have a goal in mind, and even the simplest thing, even one sale makes me happy, and that's good. Because I know the position in which I am in right now. And they're super small. I don't expect to be making thousands every day. No. Mind you, in today's society, people don't really read. But I have faith that in the process, something bigger will brew and grow and develop. It's all because I'm willing to slow myself down and think and evaluate and write it down so that I don't overthink, so that I can breathe, give myself time to breathe, because that's important. It's very important. So slow down. Slow your thoughts down. Breathe, take a deep breath. It's okay. It's okay to not know everything. It's okay. Like, you don't need to know the answer to everything. Like, people might ask you, what do you plan on doing here, 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 and here? You don't have an answer because you don't know yet. You're not there yet. You're not at that moment of decision. And you can't blame yourself for that because you haven't experienced it yet, you know? And most things in life are learned through experience, learned through going through the actual process, you know? Now, you can plan for life. You can, but I'm not saying it's going to go according to your plan, so don't worry about it. If you have a plan, work towards it, but if things change, they change. If you have a goal, work towards it. If things change, they change. If you have a dream and it changes, use what you've learned chasing that one towards what you're doing now. If you have a job, keep working, keep learning, keep developing. And a lot of people coast when they get a job because they feel like they're secure. Take that job and use it as a learning experience, especially us at a younger age, because we need that kind of education as well as a school education. Life is just as important as school. That's my opinion. I've always said it. I prefer to learn through experience than sitting down and listening to somebody else talk at me. That's just me. But it's just, everybody goes at a different pace. Some may go faster than others, and some might go slower. And that's perfectly fine. But even the ones that are going faster have to slow down as well. Because you think about it, they're used to getting everything fast, and when they have to wait, guess what? Overthinking, worrying, doubting, almost quitting. And it makes things so much harder than it has to be when you could just say, okay, here's what we have going on, here's what we're working on, here's our plan for the future. If it changes, we'll come back here and reset. So just slow down. Embrace the peace that you have. Embrace tranquility and take time. Take time to really evaluate who and what you want to do and want to be, and move toward it with all your time, energy, and effort. Peace.